All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Thank you for stopping by. This is Caffeine Crypto, where you get your caffeine and your crypto. Well, you provide the caffeine through your favorite beverage of choice, whether it's coffee, energy drink, or otherwise. And yeah, I just go over some crypto news and what's going on in the markets. Just a little few articles that I like to go over and stuff like that. I do have my traditional NOS energy drink that I'm still waiting on a sponsorship from NOS from. Actually, I've been drinking one of these a day. That's not good. I need to cut back on that. I was really doing really good, and then lately it's just been drinking NOS every day. All right, so I don't know, man. This past week has been kind of crazy. All right, so where to start? There's so many different things that we could go over, but I can't cover every single one. There's plenty of great channels out there that do so, but Bitcoin sitting around 48.4K, Ethereum down to 3.4K, and even though it's a green day today, it's down from earlier. Now Solana is trying to pick back up, and we know why that is, but we'll be covering it today's topic or today's show. A few items in the market, like for example, Cosmos is actually doing really well. I'm impressed. But yeah. Bitcoin is, I would say, trading sideways. Obviously, there's some uptick there. If we look at the hourly, if we look at the daily, we did this level up, and now we're just trading sideways anywhere between 4,400 and 4,800. So somewhere in that range is where we're sitting. What's going to happen? Who's to say? But on the daily, we're above the 100, the 50, 100, and the 200. So that's pretty good. That should be support. Looking, and again, not financial advice. I'm not a TA expert. I'm just learning how to read the charts. It's not hard, but if we were to draw down to the support levels, we're looking around 46 something, 46.7, 46.5, somewhere in there before either we bounce back up or we break right through it and make it resistance. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Of course, when Bitcoin takes a dive, it tends to take down everybody else. All right, so first off, good morning to all of you, or afternoon or evening, wherever you may be. Jeffrey Harrison, thank you for being a member. I really appreciate that. Oh, by the way, let me bring you guys in for a little bit more close-up. I do want to say that I am planning on doing something special for the members, so only the members. You don't have to sign up. If you're not financially capable of doing so, please don't. But I'm thinking of, and this is just me theorizing here, I would like to, every once in a while, send some Bitcoin to one of my members that are subscribed. It's not gonna be an attendance policy or anything like that, but it would just be a random drawing to any of the members. So you could sign up for the lowest tier or the highest tier, and I will choose one of those members to send some Bitcoin to. It may vary from time to time because there's a lot of space between 15K and 20K, and I'm not growing as fast as some of the other channels, which is fine. I may not have the flavor that you like, and I completely understand, but I thank you for showing your support nonetheless. So yeah, I was thinking about doing that. So for the members that are joined or have joined already, one of you may be selected. I just got to figure out how to get you those funds because I don't want to dox you or anything, and also I don't want to just grab. Well, actually, that's a good thing. All members should have access to the Discord, and if you're in the Discord, you should be able to message me or DM me, and I'll do like a post or something on YouTube, and then once you DM me and I confirm it's you, we can figure out the logistics and all that other stuff later. So yeah, if you become a member, I may pick one of you at random to be selected to receive some Bitcoin. And of course, Helpful Crypto Miner signs up. I love you, Ben. I appreciate you hanging out and always being one of the first to tweet out when I post something. So I really appreciate the community as a whole. Thank you, Bill B, for stopping by. Chris M, Ozzy, Taines, always good to see you. Taines, by the way, congratulations, was one of the winners of the giveaway, 15K giveaway. So again, 20K so far away. That's why I'm doing the member thing. I would like to do the member thing, but when we hit 20K, we'll do another Gleam.io giveaway. Magic Lucky, thank you for coming over from Crypto Mikkel, level 51. Doge Lord Apparel, what's up? I just finished my coffee. I got to get some more. I just finished my coffee powder. And yeah, let's see. Let's see. That's crazy talk. We love all the flavors of mining. Well, I don't know, man. some of us have a brush, like, you know, a little bit more harsher flavor. Some of us are a little bit more easygoing, and some of us are like too goofy. I don't know. You get all your blends with us. I'll tell you that much. No problem, Tane. So AMC Theater planning to accept cryptocurrencies. I'm not sure what the fire is going on here. That has nothing. Does it do with AMC? I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe that was. I don't know what that was. Anyways, AMC Theaters planning on accepting cryptocurrencies. So AMC Adam Aaron said an Ethereum chain would accept Ether, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin alongside Bitcoin for ticket purchases as cryptocurrencies gain acceptance among mainstream investors and companies. Quoted here, cryptocurrency enthusiasts, you are likely to know that AMC Theaters has announced that we'll be accepting these cryptocurrencies for online tickets and concession payments by year's end 2021. I can confirm today that when we do so, we'll also expect that we'll similarly be able to accept the other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. And let's see here, this is somebody on Reddit, on the cryptocurrency Reddit forum. While I don't think it's going to make any of these coins do any parabolic movements as a result, to me, this is just another awesome step in the global adoption of crypto as a whole. People who are not buying Bitcoin to spend them, or that's kind of true, people are not buying Bitcoin to spend it. For me, it's still not a nicely established cryptocurrency or currency in a sense that it's more of an investment for the future or for something that we may want to have in the future. But the fact that AMC and other vendors are beginning to accept cryptocurrencies as forms of payment makes things a lot easier. However, even if they weren't, there are additional means of spending your cryptocurrency to obtain goods or services or purchases or whatever it is. Coinbase has their wallet, even here in the US now. You just had to sit on a wait list forever. BitPay, what else? Coin payments. You know, Newegg takes cryptocurrency. I believe they do. I don't know if they changed that, but last I checked, they did. But yeah, what do you think? And I always invite you to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Comments much appreciated. Liking the video helps get it out to a broader audience. But definitely comment below on any of the articles that you see here, your thoughts, your opinions, stuff like that. I just ask you to be respectful about it. Additionally, they will be linked down in the description below, which I have not done, so I'm going to start doing right now. I completely forgot to do that, my bad. So yeah, AMC Theater, I'm going to start taking cryptocurrencies. What are your thoughts about that by year's end? We'll see how things pan out in the long run. All right, so that one's added. Let's move on to CNBC. Senators demand cryptocurrency regulation guidance from the SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Now, Gary Gensler was kind of rubbing me the wrong way when I was watching the video. I'm not going to get too political in this particular show. I don't like to present my political views on my social media platform, any of the video. I like to stick just with crypto and just with technology, whatever it may be, tear down and stuff like that. I'll stick to that arena because I'm not a political expert. I just like good people. So Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler on Tuesday assured lawmakers that the Wall Street's top regulator is working overtime to create a set of rules to oversee the volatile cryptocurrency markets while balancing the interests of American innovators. So are you really trying to balance the interests of the American innovators? I'm not sure there. So Gensler told the Senate Banking Committee that he and his team are trying to protect investors through better regulation of thousands of new digital assets and coins, as well as an oversight of the more familiar Bitcoin and Ether markets. The SEC chief noted that the enormity of the task, telling Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. Sorry, I'm sorry if I butchered that. That's the Spanish name, and I'm Hispanic, and I'm butchering it. I'm sorry. The regulator could use a lot more people to evaluate the 6,000 novel digital projects and determine whether they qualify as securities under U.S. law. 6,000. 6,000. What are you looking at? Okay, so they're counting about half the S coins that are out there. All right, just checking. All right, currently they don't have yada yada, whatever, don't care. All right, so my whole point is, and I think this is a quote from Toomey, because Gary Gensler, or the SEC in general, with the Coinbase situation, is, bringing down the hammer and saying, no, if you do this, then you'll get this, or we'll do this, and whatever. And Toomey says here, or Tommy says that the whole point, I think, is that we need clarity on this. I think you should publicly disclose this, and we certainly shouldn't be taking enforcement action against somebody without having first provided clarity. What we're talking about is, what is the guidelines? What is the fine print that the SEC or the logic or the book that they're reading out of that determines what is X, Y, and Z? And why isn't that clarity provided to exchanges, cryptocurrencies, DeFi, dApps? Like, this should be public knowledge, so that way people who develop their projects, whatever it may be, can fit under those laws, regulations, whatever it may be. But where Tommy and his Republican colleagues voiced concerns about the SEC's potential to stifle innovation without a public set of guidelines, Democrats tended to highlight speculative risk they see as rampant in the cryptocurrency market. Doesn't matter what side of the table you're on. Let's just say I agree that there needs to be some level of clarity before the SEC starts bringing the hammer down on people. If you don't know what you're doing wrong, and there's no public documentation or anywhere online in which they can find this out, then you shouldn't be able to bring the hammer down on them. Like, why would you punish your dog if they don't know any better, right? You got a little newborn puppy. He wants potty on the carpet. Doesn't know any better. Doesn't know he's not supposed to do that. You gotta teach him. You gotta say, hey, this is the guidelines. This is what we gotta go by. But the SEC and Coinbase are having a little tough, so whatever. Securities Watchdogs file orders against crypto lender Celsius. So this is some more regulation coming down. It's only in certain states right now, but we'll see how it pans out. My biggest concern is, yes, the rest of the world is growing up. We have various countries accepting cryptocurrency as legal tender. There's certain strides the world is making as far as progress for cryptocurrency. One of my biggest concerns, though, is that if the U.S. does it wrong, stifle innovation, bring the hammer down, kind of deterring people from developing. Like, there's no ETFs. There's no Bitcoin ETFs here in the United States. There's some in Canada, there's some abroad, but there's none here in the United States. Well, why? Because the regulation or the laws or the rules and regulations to cryptocurrency haven't really been clearly defined, and we don't want to set up shop, create a new business, make a awesome company just for it to get regulated into the ground. But the new news published by New Jersey government web portal indicates the cryptocurrency lending platform Celsius has been sent a cease and desist order from New Jersey Bureau of Securities. Furthermore, Texas State Securities Board has also ordered Celsius to appear at a hearing, and is also threatening with a cease and desist. Regulators are not taking too kindly to platforms that offer high yield interest rates on various cryptocurrencies, and that's very similar to the Coinbase situation because they wanted to do a lending platform. You can learn more about that lending platform online through various resources. I'm not going to go into detail in this video, but the SEC and the various governments need to have a guideline of rules and regulations. I don't care who draws up the book. They just need to draw the book up with some proper education, okay? They can't be making these rules and regulations not fully understanding the scope in which they're creating these regulations for. You can't have somebody that doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency draw up the rules. And we can't be using laws that are from way back when to kind of regulate or to dictate the markets now, because the markets now are so much more different. All right. So anyways, moving on. I said I wasn't going to get political and I got a little heated there. My apologies. But I'll be interested to hear your thoughts of what you're feeling regarding the SEC and the government and how they're regulating things in the U.S., even if you're not here, even if you're not in the States. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. What's up, Red Fox Crypto? Making some good content, buddy. Making some good content. You know, I saw your video the other day. Well, I saw part of it. I'm sorry I didn't watch the whole thing. I know that kills interest. My apologies. That's my bad. But you had a video about DDR memory and the temperatures in which they should run. I've been telling a lot of people about that throughout my career here on YouTube. Yeah, it's a career. Is 110C is T-junction. We all know 110C, at least most of us should know 110C is the junction of DDR5, 5X, 6, 6X, and you really want to stay away from that. But a lot of the newer cards, especially what we have with the 3080s, especially the crap 3080s and Gigabyte, sucks, they were running really, really hot. 108, 106 sometimes, and that's one of the reasons why I had crashes. So replacing the thermal pads made it a lot better, and I'm glad that your video is getting a lot of views, so you can properly educate people. Because realistically, you can run your 3080 or whatever card that has memory temperatures of 96 to 94 just fine. You can run it up to 100 just fine. I would just like to stay away from those levels. On average, my cards sit around 88, 86 here in a hot house on a hot floor today, which is fine. In a mining farm, though, that might be a little bit different, which is why my colleagues in those mining farms would downclock or undervolt or whatever their GPU. So I'm very happy that your content is getting some views and you're doing really good explaining stuff. Keep it up. So Ethereum eyes the 6.5K bullish target as ETH price chart paints a cup and handle. The success rate of a cup and handle pattern in Forex and stock markets on daily time frames are 65 to 68%, respectively, per a Harvard study. Now you can see here's one of a cup and handle. This is what it looks like basically. You're going to see another one right here. And basically, what this article is telling us is that we are forming this cup and handle and that we should see some bullish action from Ethereum. I agree with that, but I also have some concerns, okay? I have some concerns, right? With ETH 2.0 being delayed even further and what's going on right now in the market as a whole. I mean, the gas fees are actually stupid. They're super stupid. I don't even understand what's going on. Most of my highlights went away. What the heck happened here? Not sure. But there's not much network activity. There it goes. There it goes. All right. So taking into account, we're forming a cup and handle, so we see some type of bullish momentum upwards for Ethereum. One of the concerns is there's not a lot of activity. So Ether's fair value is around 1,500 based on the measures of network activity. A JPMorgan global market strategist had said this is roughly 55% lower than Friday's price of $34.70 for Ethereum token. Now, right now, the current price is $34.83, so I'm kind of on the same ballpark with that. We had an insider here say that the Ethereum network is less attractive than current price of Ether suggests, as it faces growing competition from blockchains such as Solana and Cardano, which we'll get into in a moment. This individual also said, who has become JPMorgan crypto expert, yada yada, looked at various measures of activity on the Ethereum network to try to work out a fair value for the token, which is why they came up with a $1,500 market level or price number. JPMorgan reckons that a larger base of miners and users implies greater adoption and makes the network more attractive for product developers. We look at the hash rate and the number of unique addresses to try to understand the value of Ethereum. We're struggling to go above 1,500, he said. There's a question mark here. The current price is expressing an exponential increase in usage and the traffic that might not materialize. It's not unique, this individual also said. You are already seeing competition from Binance and competition from Solana. And there's going to be more in the future. The vast majority of smart contract developers are building in the Ethereum ecosystem, says another individual. Despite major partnerships being announced on other chains, we still see the absolute majority of developers being pulled to the Ethereum vortex. I mean, that's all true, right? Ethereum is a proven product, a proven blockchain, right? And so developers are going to flock to Ethereum. But he's right, there are other competition, and unfortunately, that competition had some bumps in the road. And so we'll have to see how things pan out. It's just the price of Ethereum does not match the activity of Ethereum. And with gas prices as crazy as they were, what I think it was earlier this week. Wasn't it earlier this week? What was it? Hang on. Ethereum Gas Fees. Which one's my favorite one? Is it this one? All right, so that's not bad, right? That's not bad. But I think earlier this week we had some spikes, and I think even the previous week we had some serious spikes. So we have to see how things pan out, because the whole point of EIP 1559 was to make it more predictable, not lessen the fees, but make it more predictable. Which leads into my next article of Ethereum's design choices are inherently political. Okay. All right. What you trying to say here? What are you trying to say here? Where's my highlights? All my highlights are gone. Dang it. I go through these stories to try to pick out certain parts I want to talk about, and then it just wipes it out. Sucks. All right. So let's start with this. EIP 1559. Every transaction block would pay the same price. The objective was to simplify fee logic, especially for blockchain developers, increase predictability, and reduce the variance of gas prices. Based on the data we have so far, this looks to have worked. Fees are indeed less volatile than they have been before. They are, however, no cheaper to the terrain of users, which a lot of people did believe that it was going to get lower. It wasn't going to get lower, and we tried to warn you about everybody about that, but you didn't listen. So Ethereans, I guess that's our term now, close to the process, insist that the tweak was never intended to cheapen block space. Insiders blame the surge in fees mostly upon non-fungible token mania. Indeed, a cursory analysis lends some support to that theory, and that's what they're talking about with the NFT, yada yada yada. Blah 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 blah. Based on the visualization here, it looks like the change eliminated much of the downside volatility in gas prices, but did not eliminate the right tail. Extreme fee spikes during these periods of congestion still happen. That's what I'm talking about right there. So there's still some increased fee spikes, which actually make a lot of people like me not process a transaction, not send Ethereum, not use Ethereum, not do any swaps until those fees go down. So you got to find a good time. I tend to wait for the weekends when the traditional markets, because cryptocurrency is now traded during the traditional market times. I wait for the weekends, right? So maybe Saturday late morning, Sunday early morning. I just wait, and you got to keep an eye on things. You don't want to spend a buku amount of money for nothing. All right, there was something here. I'm looking for it. All right, so fee burning, the fees are burned. The mechanic was included for a couple reasons. First of all, the privilege Ether as the sole native currency of Ethereum, similar to a manner in which only the USD can extinguish a tax liability in the US. Additionally, okay, here we go. Additionally, it eliminates the attack mode in which miners might stuff blocks with the high fee transactions to bid up the clearing price of gas and force users to pay extortionate fees. Extortionate fees? The fee recycling attack doesn't work when the base fees are burned, but the fee burning design choice has economic consequences. For one, it's disadvantaged miners, stripping away a good chunk of revenue that they were earning. As a consequence of the change, only but a quarter of these fees users pay to access the blockchain today go to miners. The remainder is burned, which we all know about. This has amounted to more than 300,000 ETH burned in 41 days since the change, representing a reduction of 2.3% of supply annualized. There's some additional information. I'm going to go here. So the change, reallocated, yada, yada, yada. All right. So while Ethereum appears to be secure, reorganizations on a smaller proof-of-work blockchains aren't unheard of. Ethereum is likely to find a level of security spending, but it's not worth following discounting the service that the miners perform. Okay? Let me read that again. Ethereum is likely just fine at this level of security spending, but it's not worth discounting the service the miners perform. Thank you. We appreciate that. There's a job. Their job is to create, validate linear block space with no forks, decrease the wages paid by the mercenary army that defends your terrain, and it can more easily be paid off by an attacker. there's a point where further decreasing miner revenue would put Ethereum at risk. Granted, it's probably at a much lower threshold. And I think BBT and us, especially me, were very concerned with security with EIP 1559, which is why we had the meetings that we had. Now, right now, yeah, it looks good. It's going to be very hard to implement a 51% attack, but nothing is impossible, especially as more miners switch off to other cryptocurrencies. And really depends, as we get closer to ETH 2.0, what the network hash rate will be. I'm sure the Ether, what do you call them? They say Bitcoinists, Ether coinists, whatever, would say I'm speaking mumbo jumbo, but you never want to take security lightly. You never want to, you got a mansion, you're not gonna spend $100 on security a month. You're gonna want to beef it up and make sure you got good security protecting your wealth and your house. Miners don't feature in the long-term plans for Vitalik and company. We all knew this. Thus, their interests are not often considered when protocol changes are concerned. They're just near-term contractors and will eventually be discarded. There's a few problems with that. If you treat miners as expendable, they won't maintain a duty of care toward the blockchain. For now, miners still occupy a privileged position in the transactional life cycle as they control the order of transactions in the block. It is well known that reordering, or selectively including or omitting, transactions offer economic rewards to the entities that control the transaction selection. So not the miners themselves, but the mining pools that get to fill a block or whatever, put whatever they want in a block and then send it off and reap the rewards. The pools are making a killing, and even some of those pools are still making a killing with EIP 1559. It's absolutely nuts. So some miners have delayed taking advantage of the so-called miner extractable value, or maximal extracted value, as my boy Son of a Tech says, which is hostile to end users out of principle. So some people did not do it out of principle, but now that they're being squeezed, they have no reason to seek to maximize the long-term value of the protocol. Indeed, especially as their fee revenue has been dramatically reduced. They are incentivized to seek revenue any way they can, even if it comes at the expense of the end user like yourself. So this is a very long article. I don't want to read everything to you. I just wanted to read those key bits to you. Just remind everybody that miners should be valued. There are cryptocurrency projects out there that do value miners, but then there's some that from the jump were planning on leaving us and dumping us and going for that cuter guide in the cabana with the palm fronds and everything from the jump. So it kind of sucks, but whatever. All right, moving on. Thank you for joining AHA and becoming a techie. For those of you who just showed up, because I think I only started with 15, so we doubled that to 33. Thank you. Oh, wow, we're at 44. Second off, for those who are members of the channel, you got to click the little join button. Every once in a while, I'm going to randomly select a member, and I'm going to send them some Bitcoin. Now, I want you to know something. Because I don't want to dox you and I don't want to provide my personal information or anything like that, when you become a member, you should have access to the Discord, but you got to verify. There's protections in the Discord. It's a very small Discord, but if you do that, I will be able to locate you, DM you, as well, obtain a Bitcoin address in which I can send you Bitcoin. Because there's a long way between 15K and 20K. We just did the 15K giveaway. Congrats to all my winners. But I want to keep it moving and keep you guys happy. I really appreciate all the support that the community has shown, and I hope to gain more viewers through people like you who tweet it out, like it, and share, or even comment. I really appreciate it. So moving on to another competitor of Ethereum, Cardano. Everybody's saying that the flipping's happening, right? We got Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, all these other coins that eventually will flip or take over for Ethereum. I wouldn't agree with that, but they can coalesce or coexist alongside of Ethereum, providing tangible benefits, smart contracts, NFTs, whatever it may be. So, 200 smart contracts on Cardano, but there's a catch. More than 200 contracts have been listed on the Cardano Blockchain Explorer following the Alonzo upgrade Monday. As of now, these 200 contracts listed are time-locked and cannot be used by developers until their release. The Vercel app currently puts a number of smart contracts ready to launch at more than 2,200. Smart. Well, all right. So we have I can't talk today. Good God, 2,200 smart contracts are ready to go. Only 200 are listed, but they're time locked right now. So this is gonna take some time. But now that the Alonzo hard fork is done, DeFi space is up for grabs, says Charles Hoskinson, and also said that the real winners will be the second wave, which he says additionally we need governance, we need a certification, we need insurance, we also need regulation on these things. Not regulation like the government, like regulation as in, you the project manager being, adhering to a certain standard, and insurance as far as providing like, hey, I'm not just a pump and dump scheme. I'm gonna get all your Cardano and dip out. There are several notable projects that have smart contracts and time lock, and they're planning on launching soon, such as Greed, a rewards token distributing Cardano or ADA back to its holders. Liquid, a open source non-custodial liquid protocol for interest rate curves. Singularity Net, a platform that lets anyone create, share, and monetize artificial intelligence services at scale. I like that one. I like Singularity Net. I gotta look into it, but I like that one. I would like Mind Your Biz, Seth Strada, to do some research for me on the Singularity Net, because I really would like to see how this monetization of artificial intelligence services work out. So Cardax, the first decentralized exchange on Cardano, are just a set of few that are currently time locked, but this is going to open up a whole bunch of new ecosystems for Cardano, and with smart contracts and all that good stuff in place, we might see some action here. I mean, ADA's sitting around what, $2.40 basically. It's been sitting there, I think, for the past week, or at least the majority of the past week. So we'll have to see how things pan out in the long run. Additionally, I have another article here, but there was a couple points here that are not highlighted again. I lost all my highlights. What the heck? Purpose-built smart contract, yada yada. There are high expectations resting on its upgrade. Ready D apps. I don't know. I lost everything that I had. Basically, all right. So basically, Cardano's been on a rally. It went from $1.06 in late July to hit all the way up to $3.10 September 3rd. ADA is also up 1,600% since the start of 2021. I mean, it's with the Alonzo, and this is just stages. This isn't even like the final revision, right? This is like there's different there's colors to this. Right now we're only at stage 1, and as Cardano and his devs progress, we should see more and more upgrades. But bringing smart contracts to Cardano opens a whole lot more windows and doors for the rest of the community to join in, because right now, let's just be honest, Ethereum may be king as far as DApp and DeFi, but it's getting a little too expensive. Unless you got thousands of dollars you're about to spend on a transaction, it's really crazy. However, when the Alonzo fork happened, there was a bit of sell the news kind of situation here, right? So buy the rumor, sell the news. Everybody's like, oh, Alonzo fork is coming, it's an upgrade, it's gonna be awesome, yeah, buy, and it happened and everybody sold. So ADA exchange rate dropped 10.67% to reach its intraday low of $2.30, partly due to the profit-taking sentiment among traders following the pair's 1,200% plus price increase or rally this year. Additionally, the intratrade sell-off also faced a period of an overall crypto market decline, with top tokens like Bitcoin and Ethereum falling 4% and 6.9% respectively. Again, no reason to read all of this to you. You guys are all, you ladies and gentlemen, are all intelligent individuals who can read on your own. I like to leave my articles in the description. I'm adding the new one right now if you want to continue to read on. But long story short, the competition is getting thick. Ethereum has to step up. We're still a long way off from ETH 2.0, so all my miners are happy about that, because we're still stacking them sats and obtaining that Ethereum. And some of you maybe even obtaining the Ethereum just to turn around and sell it for some other cryptocurrency. But yeah, Let me tell you my top picks, not financial advice. My top picks of cryptocurrency right now are Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA or Cardano, Solana, or excuse me, let's put DOT first because Solana we're gonna get into here in a minute. So DOT, BNB. I'm gonna put BNB before DOT. BNB before DOT. I haven't gotten to Avalanche. I missed it. Internet Computer, I'm kind of wavering on that one. And then I'm a little bit in the DeFi space with some other coins. But Matic, Pancake, Uniswap, SushiSwap, which I'm probably going to sell my position on that to try to recoup some other things. But yeah, those are my top 5 would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, BNB, and Solana. That would be my top 5. Now, I do have some Cosmos or Atom, which again is doing very well. And there's some prospects that are looking very encouraging for that cryptocurrency. Not financial advice. Now, I did a video not too long ago showing you guys my portfolio. I'm just a miner, okay? I'm just a guy at home on the internet to you. Regular guy. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a hard worker. I work a full-time job and I do YouTube on the side. I'm just a regular person. And what I do is I use the GPUs that I've accumulated, or the hardware that I've accumulated over time. I mine the cryptocurrency, and then I use the cryptocurrency to make trades that I feel is going to be beneficial in the long run, right? I may take a loss on the daily, but it may be something on the weekly, monthly, or yearly. So that's who I am. Not a TA guy. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular guy, okay? All right, so we already talked about this. Moving on to Solana. So Solana, while it may be up today, 12.6%, it had a rough week, okay? It had a rough week. So Solana validators, or Solana in general, was hit by a pretty severe issue. Solana was down. Ethereum evaded an attack, and I have to look into that. So it says, while Ethereum evades a malicious attack. I didn't pay attention to that. I can't keep up with all the news. But with Solana surging, because it really was surging. If we go look at the charts, I mean, it was super parabolic. And I was like, when is this going to stop? Like, what the hell? Like, that's too high. Like, we were making if you look back on the daily, dude, it was a half pipe. It was like straight up. Like, we can't go straight up like that. It usually ends badly. And so, everybody trying to FOMO into the market, we just dropped like a rock. Let me switch it to USD for you guys. Yeah, so we peaked at $220 somewhere around there, and then we pulled back down all the way to 130, and now we're back up to 163. Friday was the worst day, I would say, which was yesterday, if my math is right. I was actually off of work yesterday, so I'm kind of lost track of time. Excuse me. But yeah, it was a denial of service, and it ripped Solana hard. So it dropped 15% of its value in the past 24 hours. This was on the 13th or the 15th of September, so that was Wednesday. On Tuesday at 12:38 p.m. UTC Twitter account Solana status announced that Solana's mainnet had been suffering imminent instability over a 45-minute period. 6 hours after announcing the incident, Solana status explained that the large increase in transaction load to 400,000 per second had overwhelmed the network, created a denial of service, and caused the network to start forking. 400,000! 400,000! Guys, hang on. How many transactions does Visa do? Well, wait. What's the metric? Per second. All right, so we're gonna do per second. 1,700. Visa, the credit card company, the major credit card company, does 1,700 transactions per second. But however, they claim to do 24,000 per second. Just saying. Debatable feature, whatever. Anyways, even if we use the 24,000 number, Solana hit 400,000. If they could hit that, without getting wrecked or getting DDoSed or denial of service, that's crazy. They did pretty good. I would say they did pretty good. We just found out the wall there, right? So we didn't know the overclock. We didn't know how hard we could push this GPU. You know, we set the core clock really high. We bumped up the voltage. We set the mem clock as high as we could. We had fans at max, and we benchmarked that sucker, and we found the ceiling. Now it's time to back it down and fine-tune to figure out where the sweet spot is. So with Solana's engineers they were unable to stabilize the network, its validator community opted to coordinate a restart of the network. Solana's community is currently preparing a new release with further information expected to release soon. So we got to get some more information about the incident. The incident has knocked the confidence in Solana and its backers, with the price falling 15% in 12 hours. That was at that time. And it actually fell a lot further because you saw it went all the way down to 130. While Solana had already retraced from its all-time high of 215 on Thursday to trade below the 175 prior to incident, news of the outage quickly saw prices slide down. So people saw the outage and was like, oh, this is bad. Ethereum stays up all the time. I got to pay a high fee, but it stays up all the time. And that's a point. That's a point. But this is new, all right? All cryptocurrencies are new. They're going to find issues, right? You got a 51% attack on proof of work. There's other issues like taking advantage of MEV and other cryptocurrencies. There's ways to exploit cryptocurrency just like there is anything else. Look, I have a saying. For every lock, there's a key. For every new security measure, for every new firewall, for every new networking security feature, there is a way to crack it. There is a way around it. It's just a matter of the amount of resources and time you have to put in to figure that out. And I'm sorry. This noise gives me burps. I don't think it was malicious, but then again, we don't know. At least I don't know yet. Have you guys seen an incident report? If you've seen an incident report to tell us exactly what happened, right? We hit 400,000 transactions per second and just went down because it was overloaded, which I can understand. But if there was some type of malicious activity behind it, I don't know about it. I'd like to know. If you do, hit me up in the comments. But I think Solana will be okay. I think Solana will be okay. I'm not saying go all in on Solana. I'm just saying it'll be okay. Now, I will tell you something. I was dabbling with Solana when it was like $20, guys. Or excuse me, $15. Yeah, $15. And it had a promising, I like the devs. I like the team. I like the group. I can't say I like every single thing about it. But it looks promising. And it climbed up the market cap. I mean, if we look, I would guarantee you right now, if we looked at a snapshot, we did not see Solana up this high years ago. Now, it did drop down to 7 instead of 6. It got all the way up to 6, and then it dropped down even further. So XRP retook its place there. But we'll have to see what it does in the long term. I would be very happy to see Polkadot catch up and start to climb up this ranking, though. That will make me very happy. But anyways, yeah. Solana market value plunges $20 billion after outage. Is this good for Ethereum? Yes, it's good for Ethereum. Why? Because it shows Ethereum is more mature, has more stability, and even though the gas is stupid ridiculous, you can always process your transactions on there with no outage. I mean, these guys were down for pretty much a whole day, right? Solana was down for pretty much a whole day. So there was a lot of outrage on the network. Solana issued a statement. It said that the flood of transactions led to excessive memory consumption. And we've seen this before, mem vector attacks. But it goes on to say that the network's engineers were unable to remedy. So a group of core developers decided to upgrade and restart the network, which helped restore the blockchain's functionality earlier Wednesday morning. In a Friday note, somebody named Onda analyst Edward Moya. No, so Edward Moya is the person. Onda analyst, I'm not sure what that is. Sorry if I'm not up to the time. Said Solana outage and its fix showed that it's far from unstoppable and not as decentralized or self-sufficient as some investors may have believed. That's the biggest thing, is the decentralization, right? So, well, that's a big hit. Solana's got to make up that trust now. You know, you lied to me, Solana. You lied to me. Now you need to bring me flowers and chocolates every day. Every day. So he notes that Sol's recent price woes could help Ethereum cement its leadership over the short term and may ultimately be good news for other blockchains that support smart contracts. Cardano. To self-executing arguments underpinning the technology behind buzzy, non-fungible tokens and decentralized finance. Ethereum prices ticked up 4% since the outage, but their return is roughly 370% this year, pales in comparison to Solana's gain of 7,800. So Solana is still up quite a lot. Solana says it can continue to deploy fixes to help prevent instability and promise to give a detailed post-mortem on the outage in the coming weeks. That's what I'm really interested in. If you guys get that, if you guys see the detailed post-mortem online, please do me a favor. Hit me up on Twitter, at me, whatever. Send it to me. I would like to see that. Alongside cryptocurrencies like Binance Coin and Cardano, Solana support for smart contracts has helped take advantage of a booming market around NFTs, which posted record-breaking sales of 900 million last month, while some laud the growth in other cryptocurrencies as a natural step of adoption. Others aren't so sure that surging altcoins are minting sustainable gains. Yada yada yada, whatever, blah 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 blah. JPMorgan. All right, moving on. Let me check the chat. Bitcoin Jake, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Crypto Noob UK. Dig Deep Miner. Wow, what's up? Modern Perspective. Wow, you guys are. Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the hell you are. Yeah, baby. Flux is looking good, baby. Flux is looking good. I like it. I like it. The mining profitability of Flux right now is really good. Take some profits, Q4. Don't get too greedy, yada yada. All right. So something close to 400 blocks attack that failed. Started with DDoS. All Ethereum killers killed themselves. Yeah, pretty much. I agree with that, Guild War. All Ethereum killers wind up killing themselves. They step on their own foot. Ain't Solana 50% owned by VCs? Yes, Gallo, they are. That's why it's not decentralized. And they thought they were invincible, but they obviously weren't. But it doesn't mean that you as a person who supports decentralization. Now you may be like super like, oh, it's got to be decentralized before I get into it. It's got to be like absolute privacy focused before I get into it. If you're someone like that, you're not going to be looking at Solana. But if you're somebody like the average person, retail investor, got the app on their phone that just wants to buy Solana real quick, and it's $20 then, but $120 now, take some profits. Take some profits. Why not? You got to report it on your taxes, but take some profits. So over 60 South Korean crypto exchanges set to suspend services next week. What? So more than 60%. So those same 60 exchanges in South Korea must notify customers of partial or full suspension of trading by Friday midnight, a week before a new regulation comes into effect. That is Friday midnight. That was yesterday. I think that was yesterday for them. To continue operating, exchanges must register with the Financial Intelligence Unit by September 24th, proving a security certificate from the Internet Security Agency. They must also partner with banks to ensure real name accounts. Exchanges that have not registered must shut down services after September 24th, while those that have registered but failed to secure partnership with banks will be prohibited from trading in won, the currency. Should some or all of these services need to be closed, exchanges should notify customers of expected closing date and procedures to withdraw money by at least 7 days before the closure. The Financial Services Commission said earlier this week. It also said that it should be complete no later than September 7th. All of these exchanges, nearly 40, are set to suspend all services. And further 28 have security certificates but have not secured bank partnerships. Just 4, Upbit, BitThumb, CoinOne, and Corebit have registered and secured partnerships, and so we will be allowed to make won settlements. That's interesting. Some smaller exchanges include Probit, CashiRest, and Flybit have already said they will end won trading and that they will continue operations involving only digital coin trading until securing partnership with banks. So yeah, everybody's cracking down. Some countries are like, hey, we like cryptocurrency. It's legal tender. Bitcoin, we love you. And some other countries are just like, no, bad. Get it out. Get it out. Oh, and some more crap news. Diem. Facebook's Diem. Want to slide in my DMs? No. Yeah, I really don't care for this. I really don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I gotta add some articles to this thing. Don't like Facebook. I'm on Facebook, okay? I got a SerpentX page on Facebook. I just don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it whatsoever. But DM's getting closer, yada, yada, yada. Let's see here. All right, so the cryptocurrency project was rebranded from Libra to DM, now operating an independent association that retains close ties to Facebook. Facebook executive David Marcus straddles both worlds, sitting at the DM's board of directors and heading up Facebook Financial, which plans to launch Novi in the coming months. We believe the terms of the consumer protections both on the proposed bill payments blockchain that DM is and on the stablecoin itself, it's a class of its own. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. Hang on. I'll do it. Hang on. Let me just copy this over. I don't like Facebook. I really don't. I mean, it's super centralized, but it's gonna make it super convenient for like regular Joes and stuff like that to dabble in cryptocurrency. But it's not like it's not easy now. Anyways. Moving on. Marcus says it would be easier to build a wallet to run on existing rails. As a matter of fact, a lot of people internally and externally have been puzzled by why we didn't do it that way. He added, but using existing rails, he said, would actually not solve the systemic issues that we believe exist currently in the current payments infrastructure. DM coins will be backed by the combination of cash or cash equivalents or short-term government securities, which Marcus says will keep them secure. Ultimately, he said that is much better for a current deposit with a traditional wallet here in the United States. Marcus also addressed initial concerns over whether Facebook's coin had enough provisions to stop criminals from who have gravitated to the cryptocurrency. I actually think and strongly believe the new infrastructure that enables more real-time reporting to all the right authorities at the right time. Criminals aren't going to use your coin, dude. Criminals are not going to use your coin. They're going to be smarter than that, and they're not going to use it, and you won't be able to track it, and then the government's going to come at you and be like, why'd you let this guy do this? And you'll be like, well, he didn't use anything on my thing, and then you're going to get mad, and then Facebook's like, I want your data, and then they're like, no, I'm not going to give you my data, and then Facebook gets mad. Screw Facebook, all right? Screw them. I don't care about them. I have it for like keeping in touch with friends and family. I dislike Facebook strongly. All right, so China intensifies the hunt for cryptocurrency miners in hiding. So my boys, keep it down. All right, hang in there. I wish you the best. My miners in China, I know you're hiding out. Hang in there. China's campaign against cryptocurrency industry is now targeting miners who have tried to disguise themselves as data researchers and storage facilities to stay in business, according to people with the knowledge of the situation. Inspections intensified this month as several Chinese provinces targeting illegal mining activities in colleges, research institutions, and data centers said that people who asked not to be named due to sensitivity of the matter, concerned over the country's power supplies for the upcoming winter season is one reason for the sense of urgency, they said. Winter is coming. The new round of scrutiny could further depress the amount of cryptocurrency or crypto mining occurring in China, which for years have been a dominant player and recently, as of April, had 46% of the global hash rate, a measure of compute power used in mining and processing according blah, 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 blah. We know what that is. So China had 46% of the global hash rate, but no more. A miner who asked not to be identified says his operations remain intact so far because he regularly switches to new facilities to house his equipment, no more than 100 machines at one location. So it's much more difficult for regulators to spot the irregular power usage surges. So this, my boy's having to move house to house, okay? My boy's having to hide it like a mistress. He's trying to hide his mining activity by keeping a certain amount below below a certain power threshold, and then moving from place to place, and probably having him at multiple locations. Like here's some miners, keep it at your house. Here's some miners, keep it at your house. That's crazy, man. Why's it gotta be so serious, bro? Why's it gotta be so serious? All right, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Just 5 minutes to the end of the show. NVIDIA Reintroducing the RTX 2060 with 12 gigabytes of memory. Yay. All right, so what does this mean? Absolutely nothing for miners. The memory may help out in certain workloads, but it really comes down to the memory bandwidth, the memory bus, and the memory bandwidth, the memory clock, memory bus, memory bandwidth, and yeah, core clock, core count, stuff like that matters. But I mean, it's not gonna be like super awesome, right? So let's see here. We don't have all of the facts yet, but this is a 2060. It's gonna be like the original 2060, but with more memory. It's gonna do the same thing as the 2060, but with more memory. So it'll be good for gaming, right? So like a lot of those games that use more memory, because honestly, 6 gigabytes is not enough for games, in my opinion. Well, it is for lower tier games. Honestly, anything below 4 gigabytes needs to get updated. If you have a 4 gig, I have multiple GPUs that have 1 gigabyte of memory and 2 gigabytes of memory, like legacy stuff, ATI, graphics, NVIDIA, stuff like that. But 4 gigabytes right now, like a 970 with 3.5 and whatever, you should upgrade that if you can, which you can't because it's so hard to get GPUs. And in the future, 6 gigabytes is not going to be enough, and that's why we see AMD coming out with 16 gigabyte. What was the 6700 XT? I can't believe I forgot it already. 50 RX 6700. How did I forget this? How did I forget this? Lord save me. How much memory do you have? Somebody remind me. How much memory does the 6700 have? And why am I stupid? I don't know. It should have 12. Yeah. All right, 12. Yeah. So 12, 16, 16, and then the 6600 XT has 8. So yeah, if you're below 4, upgrade. Eventually 6 won't be enough. And for modern games or more games, as more and more foliage and ray tracing and all this other stuff comes out, you're going to need more memory. So I could see why NVIDIA is doing it. As far as the mining community, what is it going to do for us? Nothing. We might get a little bit of extra performance, but I wouldn't expect much whatsoever. It's going to perform probably the same as the 2060, not unless something does change with the boost and base clock, as well as the memory clock and the memory bandwidth. Once we have those finalized numbers, we'll be able to get a little more defined in what we can speculate on the hash rate, but that's pretty much up in the air. We'll have to see how things go. But that is going to do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope I was at least somewhat entertaining. I'm being a little bit spunky today for you, because I know I could be like, hey guys, welcome. I know. Sometimes I have my bad days, sometimes I have good. Actually, it's been a really crap week for me. Besides Crypto Mikkel, which I wish him the best for him and his family who've recently had a loss. I myself lost another friend. Not only did we have to, unfortunately, bury Savage Mine about a month and a half ago, but I had to bury a really good friend of mine that I've known since junior high this past Tuesday. And it was very good to see all of my old friends and stuff like that. And I said to myself, I'm going to live. I'm going to live the best that I can. So I'm going to continue to carry myself the way I always have been. I'm always going to be respectful to people, and I will always help people regardless, and provide those who give me that same respect back with extra love and care. That's just the person I am. That's how my mother raised me, and I'm going to continue to do so. But I'm also going to live my life. So that's why I'm happy today. I'm eager to give you this energy, give you this positivity. Live life, be happy, stop being sad and depressed all the time. Get out there, play some football, play some basketball, go out with some friends. I went skydiving and it was awesome. Stepping out and looking down at the ground at 15,000 feet was mind-blowing and the most intense thing I've ever done, and I loved it. So, I hope you all have a great day. Don't think we have any questions here, but I do want to hear from you. Whether you watch this live or later on in the future, comment down below. I'm sorry that there's spam bots going out there and trying to get you guys to do stuff and click this or meet with Hacker Noon and Hacker that. That is not me. I do not affiliate with those people. They're all over the place. Just be careful. Be smart. double verify, don't send anybody in your funds, not your keys, not your coins, all that good jazz. And don't forget to check out all the links in the description below that are affiliate links and help support the channel, as well as hit the like button and the subscribe and notification bell to stay up to date with what's going on. And yeah, dojewar.com is in the description, by the way. Have a great day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.